it off? Yeah, we're going on a plane right now. There's not going to be much talking.
We can't really talk like this, can we, Toby?
We're on a hurricane!
We're going really fast,
It's
Toby!
120
Oh, my God, Toby!
Residents have evacuated
Why
to
would
the
you make
mainland!
us continue?
I don't know how much longer I can hold the mic
doing this!
and hold this position! Get hold on! Welcome to Bobby Pickles Podcast! Holy shit!
Welcome to Bobby Pickles Podcast! I'm Ben Coletti! What's your name? Outstanding!
Faster!
Bobby Pickles Podcast. He always says, "That's me." With a look on his face, he'll talk about anything.
Outstanding.
Tattoos, t-shirts, politics, history, and hot sauce on everything. Bobby Pickles. Pop culture, documentaries, conspiracy theories, sarcasm, and beer. It's a conversation. Start listening, cause we're all here. Bobby Pickles Podcast.
That's me!
Yo ho, a pirate's life for me.
Ahoy, me hearties! Ye have heard of Bobby Pickles, podcast pirate, skilled in the fine art of double dutch. What's your name, ye bilge-sucking sea dog? Hornswoggled. Arr, that's what happened to today's filibuster. The same son of a biscuit eater pillaged us buccaneers, savvy? And the retched scallywag hornswoggled us for more than our doubloons. Shiver me timbers. Our pieces of eight fell along the emotional and psychological side of the poop deck. Ye old Abby Lubber, Robert Taylor, ye were ramshackled and marooned on a desert island in the middle of the South Pacific for 20 plus years. So now ye found your sea legs. Well, blow me down. Don't let me look out set his sights on ye chowderhead, for ye are not afeard. And next time we'll feed ye to the fishes. But before ye pay a visit to Davy Jones' locker, me and me mateys pay a visit to Carlos Morales, graphic sign man, musician, and able seaman. Dead men tell no tales, but we do a bit of blethering about piracy, plundering, bleeding our powdered monkey, and spotting dolphins. Thar she blows! So under the guise of St. Elmo's fire, we hoist our Jolly Roger, and we crew of privateers trade in our rum for Bud Light grogs, until we be 3 sheets to the wind. And so we form a Guinea gangplank of our own, despite being anchored along the coast of Shell Island, and not Staten Island. Yo ho ho, a pirate's life for me.
1, 2, 3. That bobenzo.com. That bobenzo.com. That bobenzo.com. That bobenzo.com.
Mostly playing these days because I'm, a little hoarse at my age. But I have a partner who sings. I do the harmonies.
That's Carlos and Joe.
Carlos and Joe.
You guys play the circuit over here on the beach?
Gators, bongos, sea hags, katiki.
The reason why I wanted to get you on the boat today, Carlos, I mean, we've known each other for a long time, right?
Yeah.
How long have we known each other for? I used to come into your shop over there.
10 years or so, yeah.
You were the first one to start getting me into the graphic design and everything. I came over there for mine and Coletti's mortgage business, right?
Right.
That's right.
Sun
State Funding.
Sun State Funding, and you made the logo.
That's right.
You remember making that
Sure.
logo?
and a few other businesses.
Yeah. I had numerous businesses, right? And I used to come to you all the time to get
That's
the,
right, to get
the
all the
logos
graphic
done.
work
Right.
done, yeah.
And you're the first one to tell me, you needed, a nice SLR camera. You need to know a photo editing software. Then you need some kind of text graphic software like Corel Draw or
yeah.
Illustrator or
Still
something
using
like
it. I'm
that.
on 16 now, yep.
Wow.
Yeah, from 6 floppy disks, which was version 1 to 16.
Don't you find Corel Draw kind of antiquated at this point? Have you ever...
No, I compare it to almost anything.
You never wanted to go to the Illustrator?
I've done Illustrator, but I can do everything in Corel that Illustrator does.
Yeah, they actually say for T-shirt art that Corel is the best. I don't use it. I use Illustrator and Photoshop. I go in and out of both. You do stuff and then you bring it back into the other.
Well, you have to, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
for vector graphics, Corel's the way to go. right, for Vector, you know.
You think?
Absolutely. I'll teach
I'm a
you
Mac
few
guy.
things. Well, you know, you can afford it.
Why don't they put it on the Mac?
I don't know. I thought they did.
No, they never.
They don't.
They put like one on the Mac, one version.
Well,
and that
they've
was
been
it.
PC all along, so.
Can I get a beer? Thank you. Carlos, what I really wanted to talk to you about, man, was Robert Taylor.
Our buddy.
When I first went in there and ventured into your shop 10 years ago or whatever to get the Sun State Funding logo made, remember we were sitting there together, and I don't know how the fuck we came up that we both had this common thing that connected us.
I think it was, we were talking about my daughter, and
Yeah.
I said I adopted her, and I had gone through a scam, and
Yeah.
when I mentioned the name Robert Taylor,
You know,
yeah, you
lights went off.
freaked.
Well, let's talk about
Not
that.
him.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about your daughter and everything like that. Tell me the story.
My wife and I moved down from Vermont, and her first job was at the pier.
Where are you from?
I was
first?
born in Puerto Rico, lived in New York, and spent 18 years playing music in Vermont.
Right. Where are you from? The Bronx?
Bronx.
The Bronx originally, right?
Worked in Manhattan, yep.
You did?
Sure.
Nice. Man, the Bronx is like a hardcore borough. It still is.
That's why I went to Vermont.
And so you're in Vermont, and this is where you con your wife into marrying you finally.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Weren't you a bartender and you...
At Nectar's, where the band Fish came out of.
Really?
Yes, that's where we met.
And tell me about that really quick.
Well, I played music there for a while, and I left a band called Tiger Rose, and I was in between gigs, and the owner hired me to bartend.
Okay.
And my wife sat at my bar one day, and that was it.
That was it, huh?
That was it.
So
She
you
came
guys...
in with a boyfriend, actually, you know, but he went to the bathroom.
Oh, man.
Mistake. Yes, yeah.
That's like my fear.
That's why Rob doesn't go to the bathroom.
Yeah, I don't go to the bathroom. I stay
I
right
noticed
there.
he was a little bloated.
Could be because we were on the water today.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I'm bloating.
But anyway, once we moved down, we were, you know, she started working at the pier, and we knew we couldn't have kids.
Can I ask about that?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, who can't have kids? Is it you or her?
She can't.
Okay.
She had 2 ectopic pregnancies.
She did?
Yeah, so she had no tubes.
Okay.
And
Were you frustrated by that? Did you want to have kids of your own?
No,
Like your genetic, whatever?
We were thinking of adopting, and we pursued a few things, and they just didn't pan out. And so she was discussing this with Robert Taylor when she was waitressing at the pier, Cha-Cha Coconuts. When it first opened up, he would sit there, and
Oh, so that's how the connection...
that's how the connection started. And they became friends, I guess, and she started talking about adoptions, and he said he can do it. He worked for All Children's Hospital, and he can, but it was a private adoption that had to be kept quiet because it was a famous person from Boston, and, daughter was on cocaine and was pregnant, and it had to be kept quiet. So the father wanted her to give up the baby. So we pursued this adoption, gave him money. We had court documents. We had... everything looked legal. He had an office downtown in St. Petersburg, and he had secretary. He had diplomas up on the wall. He was total fake.
He's a scam artist.
He's a scam artist. And he got us for about a year, gave us a picture of a baby that didn't exist when the baby was born, but kept postponing it, saying the baby was sick, the baby was sick. And I kept asking, well, where's the baby? So we went to Boston looking for the baby, because at this point we had signed all the documents and the baby was supposedly ours. So we spent 11 nights in Boston waiting for a baby that didn't exist.
Really?
Yeah. We had all the formula and baby diapers and everything ready to bring the baby back. And after 11 nights I knew it was a scam, and I just said, okay, it's time to go.
So you guys show up at this hospital talking to like the admin people or something
well,
like that?
we were trying to figure out where
Where this
the
would-
baby might be, but I knew I already had my doubts, and
You verbalized these doubts to your wife, but she was completely sold on his bullshit.
he
And
was Uncle Bob. Yes.
Yeah, so you supported her and you went, but you wanted to kind of show her through going there that is bullshit.
Well, I mean, at this point,
you had a little bit of hope, I guess.
Yeah, I had hope. You always have hope.
Right.
I mean, here you have a picture of a baby, which we carried around, showing to family and friends. And the baby was just, just
Yeah.
a photo.
Just a random photo.
That's right.
Like in the little, when you buy like a frame, like or something like that.
Well, actually,
Whatever.
when he gave us the photo, it wasn't a frame, and the first thing I did was I pulled it out of the frame and saw the scratchings in the back.
Jesus.
He erased whatever was on there. But I kept following through.
Okay, so now you're in Boston, and tell me what happens after 11 days there and you realize it's a scam.
Okay, it turns out that we find out that it was a senator from Massachusetts.
He tells you this.
He tells me this.
Just to lure you in a little bit more with the bullshit.
Right. And it turns out to be Senator Kerry.
Get the fuck out of here.
It was Senator Kerry, knew nothing about this.
Of course, it's just his
But at
little...
the airport, I'm calling Senator Kerry's office going, just tell him it's Carlos, he knows who I am. And, I could have gotten arrested that day. It seems like a far-fetched, but, you had to go through this in order to really, because it seems like so stupid now that we look back.
But he was a master manipulator, and he knew all the angles and knew all the buttons to push, the emotional stuff.
We had court documents. We had all the adoption papers. We had everything.
He just forged everything.
He forged everything. Anyway, when we came back to St. Pete, I went to his office, and I was pretty mad. I was ready to...
Kill him.
I was ready to kill him. And so I got him pretty upset, and I told my wife, I went home and I said, I think I scared him and I think he might leave town. So I took a ride over to Radio Shack and I bought a tap for my phone and told her to tell him that I had calmed down, that we still wanted the baby. So he spilled his beans on the phone and I had it all on tape.
Okay.
And with that tape, I went to the police and the prosecutor, and they got a court order to tap my phone.
So
once we got him arrested, we went over to a friend's, an attorney I knew. His name was Dan Greco. And Dan pulled the papers and said, this is definitely a scam because adoptions aren't handled in federal courts. And, of course, all our paperwork was with judges' signatures, which were all federal court. Those judges didn't exist in Boston.
Right.
And it turns out that my attorney went to school in Boston. So
he would know, proper
he made
judges.
a few calls, yeah.
And this is when Robert Taylor goes to jail. Now, we had this connection.
Well, it was way after
That happened to me.
That happened to you after...
What year was that when that happened?
Okay, 1990.
Oh, that was...
You were a young kid.
Yeah, I was like 10 years old.
Right.
So that happened a long time ago.
Right.
So wait, how's he doing jail
right,
on that thing? And then my thing, too.
Well, they asked me, do you want him to go to jail or do you want him to stay out and pay restitution, which was about $9,000. And so I said, I want him to pay me back. So it took him 3 years to pay me back. And after that, he got off probation.
Wow, okay, so they let him off.
That's probably...
So that was like one of the first charges or something.
Correct. In court, there was a reporter. And the reporter wrote a story, and we wound up on the front page of the Tampa Tribune alongside a B-52 bombers bomb Iraq. Okay? Front page. That was picked up by Inside Edition, Steve Wilson, the reporter. And we were on Inside Edition. And because of Inside Edition, we wound up adopting our daughter now, who's now 23, and I'm a grandpa. And then we were back on Inside Edition for the happy ending. So it's quite the story, yeah.
Yeah, so that was how it culminated. It culminated with you being on Inside Edition. And
let me ask you, would you do it all the same again?
To have my daughter and my grandson? Absolutely.
Okay.
So that's amazing. Now, my thing was, when I was young, I was all fucked up on drugs and stuff at like a young age, like in my teens, 17, 18, 19, stuff like that. And my mother, when I got arrested for pot or something small or whatever as underage, her work, Raytheon, their insurance plan made me go to like a court-ordered drug counseling thing with a whole bunch of kids.
And he was scamming them.
And he was the drug counselor. My mom's insurance plan made us go to him, to Robert Taylor in Tampa. For like over a year, like a year and a half, I not only went to his group therapy meeting or whatever, I also went to like a one-on-one therapy with him too, and he was a crazy bastard.
Now I see what happened to you.
Yeah. That was definitely crazy. He was I always knew there was something wrong with that guy.
Yeah, he was...
he looked like a pedophile with his little teeny mustache and stuff, right? But anyway, he evidently did not have a license to practice at all.
No,
for
scam.
Any kids or any underage kids, any adults, anything,
Yeah,
nothing.
We are in Florida,
Right. And one of the kids, I think, killed themselves or something like that. I think that's what happened.
Correct. So a kid committed suicide under his watch, and he wound up being arrested, and now he's served I believe, 20 to 21 years, and I just got a notice that he'll be out April 25th, 2014.
Wow. And that's why I wanted to talk to you today, Carlos, because I was down
I just
here.
got the notice, and you can actually go online and find him and say you want notices.
How old do you think this guy is now?
He's 60.
He is?
Yep.
Wow. 1953 or 54 or whatever.
Right, so he'll be out, and let's see what happens then.
He'll have a couple of good years to scam people.
Probably. Yeah, well, these weren't the only scams. He was doing automobiles, taking money for automobiles. He scammed a few other people at Cha-Cha Coconuts.
So the guy's got a few enemies, needless to say.
I think so. I don't know where he's going to be when he comes out. I hope he's just not around here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What else is going on, Carlos?
Playing music every weekend and running my shop.
What kind of shop is it?
It's a sign shop.
I mean, I know it.
Central Avenue Signs. It's a sign shop. I do printing and graphics and large format printing. I have a few large format machines.
Coletti used to do that, right?
That's right.
A little bit. My Mobile Signs.
Yep.
What happened to that fucking brilliant business plan you had?
Well, my ultimate goal is to be doing exactly what I'm doing, and that's chartering boats out for good people like you and enjoying my time on the water, really.
That's his personality.
And that's just who I am.
Yep.
I'm not so much of an artist, but I do like the water.
Yes, and it's pretty nice out here right now.
You love Florida, huh, Carlos? You never wanted to, like,
I still miss Vermont. I just don't miss what's going on right now up in Vermont.
Yeah, a lot of snow.
Like, 20 below zero.
What about, how many years were you there in Vermont?
18 years.
18 years, it's a lifetime.
Played the ski resorts. Played Killington, Smuggler's Notch, Stowe, Bolton Valley.
Same kind of thing that you're doing down here, but better climate.
Sure. Well, here I play just the weekends because I have the business, But I'm booked pretty much every weekend.
And when you're here, where do you play?
Gators at Johns Pass, Treasure Island.
That's like the bread and butter.
I'm only there one night these days.
You used to be.
That was sold. I was there a lot. Yeah, that was sold.
It was?
Yeah.
It's not the same guy that owns it?
No, it's owned by a company called HCI, Homeowners Choice Insurance now.
Yep.
It's an insurance company. Yeah.
Really?
Yep. And, Agnes passed away at 92 or 93. And Sid's brother just passed away. C.C. Rice just passed away. Yeah, we've lost a few.
Wow.
Also, bongos on St. Pete Beach, which is Grand Plaza Hotel.
Yeah.
Saturdays. And Katiki. You know Katiki, don't you?
No.
Yeah,
Where's
Katiki
It's right across
from
from Caddy's.
Oh,
Caddy's
yeah. Right in the middle there,
Yeah.
right?
And
Yep,
Sea Hags.
exactly.
You know what Sea Hags is?
I know where Sea Hags is.
Somebody lost some money there, right? and it wasn't gambling.
I dropped
That
in the
place
parking
has
lot. Carlos
changed
picked it up.
ownership a million times. Sea Hags?
Yeah, but they're doing real well. Yeah,
And
Now
that's
they
because
are.
the owner of Katiki, he actually sold Katiki, took over Sea Hags, built it, and then bought Toasted Monkey, right? Or built.
He had the Sloppy Pelican.
Sloppy Pelican.
Right.
And now who owns Sea Hags right now?
Tori and Dave, I believe, are their names.
Is it a husband?
They bought it from the folks that own Toasted Monkey, Phil.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, yeah.
You know Sea Hags? Tell Carlos how. You know
I know Sea Hags because I work right next door at Frenchie's, Boat and Wave Runner Rentals.
Oh, okay.
And we're under new management and ownership, and we're changing the name. We're thinking of a few different names, but I think we've settled on Blind Pass Boat and Rentals. Boat and jet ski rentals.
Oh, that's a good name.
Blind Pass Boat
Absolutely,
and jet ski rentals.
right, yeah.
It says what it is.
Says exactly what it is.
And,
Perfect.
And where are you in the city?
I'm in Staten Island now. I moved up to New York about 4 years ago. I lived in Jersey City the first year, downtown Jersey City. Then I lived in Brooklyn, like Crown Heights area for a year and a half.
Oh, boy.
And now I live on Staten Island because that's where all the Italians are. So I wanted to put myself into the thick of it. I'm ready to get off the island. My lease is up, and I was thinking about Queens. I want to try out
My
all
first
the boroughs.
band was Queens. Sunnyside, Woodside. I was 12, 13 years old playing drums, yep.
In Sunnyside and Woodside.
In Queens, yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Then we would play the Village, the Cafe One, all those places, yeah.
Well, I work in the Village.
Oh, okay.
I work in the East Village.
That was the
I've-
Electric Circus back in them days.
What was the electric? What is that?
It was.
That's what it's called?
Hippie,
That was-
hippie joint.
That was. Oh, that was the name of the bar.
The Electric Circus, yeah.
The Electric Surf.
Very famous back then, yeah.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah.
But I work on 4th and the Bowery. You know where that is? East 4th and the
There
Bowery.
was a messenger called Empire Speedy Messenger Service. So when I was a kid, I was running a bike all around town. Yeah.
You did? You
You ever
did
get
that?
hit by a
Sure.
car?
A few times, yeah.
You know,
Ever get a door
Carlos.
swung open?
A few
You ever
times.
catch a door?
You know, Carlos. That's how I get around. I don't even buy MetroCard.
Yeah.
I don't.
He rides
I don't-
his bike.
I
in
ride my bike
5-degree
everywhere.
weather. And it's a beach
Right.
cruiser with
Even-
ape hangers.
Yeah, I've ape hang my beach cruiser from Florida. No, just a 1-speed,
through the
I
snow.
ride that through the snow.
Yeah, I think I saw pictures online. Yeah, I'm going. He's nuts. Yeah. He's nuts. I remember them days. I can go from Washington Square all the way to down to the Wall Street. On a
Oh,
bike.
that's nothing. That's my commute every day.
Yeah.
4th Street goes into Washington Square Park. That's the bottom end of Washington
Right.
Square Park. So I go from 4th Street down to the ferry,
Yeah.
and I jump on the ferry, I go across, and then I go up to my house, which is 10 minutes away from the ferry.
Yeah, that was the end of. I think Fifth Avenue ends at Washington Square. Correct.
Yeah, it's all down Fifth or Broadway. Every single park.
Yeah. Is
It's
the Cafe Wa still there in the village?
I gotta look. I gotta.
Okay, because I used to. What was it? The Cafe Wa, the Bazaar, the Night Owl, the Village Music Hall. I remember all those clubs.
Yeah. Did you play there?
As a kid, on drums. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a group called the Dynamites.
Yeah. Yes. As a kid, like how old?
12, 13, 14.
When did you start playing music?
Yeah, around that time.
And you just like pick up the drums and just you were just good.
Do you still
Instantly
play
at
the
I
drums?
think if you knew Wipeout back then, you were a drummer.
Right.
That's all you needed to do.
You know, a lot of people don't realize this or think about this or ponder this like philosophically, but like rock and roll is so like not even old whatsoever. It hasn't even gone through its evolution like at all. When you started getting into it,
Yeah,
It's
I
like
mean,
Beatles
it
and
was
stuff?
Beatles, Rolling Stones, Kinks.
Yeah, but it's really-
Rascals.
it was really like the Wild Wild West.
Sure,
People
I
were
mean, it
still
was new.
coming up with stuff.
You actually knew the names of the band members back then.
Yeah, now it's all been done over every single like way you can play a certain
Bruno
harm-
Mars is bringing it back.
That guy's awesome. Let me tell you, man. Bruno Mars can really play drums.
Oh yeah,
He's a
the guy's
badass drummer.
He's a amazing musician.
That was
you
the
know?
best part of the Super Bowl. Let me tell you.
Yep, it was.
That beginning drum solo
It was.
was fantastic.
I'm sure you liked the Peppers too, didn't you?
Yeah, they were great. They were, man. I love the Red Hot Chili
They
Peppers.
weren't playing, He was singing, but the rest were faking it.
Right,
You know,
of
did you hear
course,
that?
that's how they
Yeah,
all
it's
do
true.
it. Now, you don't ever do that, Carlos?
What's that?
You don't ever lip sync or anything like that?
You can't do that in bars.
Now, do you think that there's talent here on the beach? I mean, no, I know
There's
you're.
a lot of good talent on the beach. Actually, I consider myself mediocre compared to some of these guys on the beach.
Get out of here.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You think so?
Oh, there's some great music on the beach, yeah.
Who would you say is like one of the best? Kevin Toone is fucking good, right?
Well, Kevin Toone has been around for a long time. He's still classic acoustic guitar and vocals, and he'll be around forever if he takes care of himself. And then you have the bands. You got the Stormbringer band, and you have the Big Brother band, and here comes Rusty, and you got guys like Rob Tyre on the beach that are great, and Kirk Adams.
Oh, you know about Big Brother? What was the guy at Big Brother? That was my guitar teacher growing up. It was in a French name, Laporte.
Matt Laporte, he passed away.
Matt Laporte, he died, huh? He
Yeah,
died
he
of
did.
AIDS, right?
I don't know. I just know he was huge.
He was?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard all kinds of stuff. I heard like he died of AIDS or something like that, but I don't know if that's
Yeah.
true or not. It's
I don't think so. I
hearsay.
don't think so.
No,
I think
okay.
I think a heart attack.
Heart attack or something?
Yeah.
Now,
That's too bad.
what do you know about the old beach bands like Mad Beach Band and stuff like that?
That's how I came to Florida. Well, I wasn't in the band. It was a band called the North End Rhythm Kings from Burlington, Vermont, and they were friends of T.C. Carr and the Catch, and we were booked to play in Gulfport. So I came down with them. A year later, I moved down.
Oh,
so
wow.
that's how we wound up here. Yeah.
Do you remember skips and all that? Back
Sure,
then? Like,
sure.
what major? Because I always heard rumors growing up on the beaches, like Leonard Skinner played there, and like Jimmy Buffett used to live here in the late '60s, early '70s.
They all played this area. I mean, I was only at Skips a couple of times, but both times were memorable. I remember the Heinekens. And I remember the waitresses. Bikinis, yes.
a lot of money going through there.
Yeah.
Are you still drinking, Carlos?
I still drink Friday nights.
Yeah, because you were going through a thing where you weren't drinking ever.
No, I didn't drink for a while, and then neither did my wife, and we just got a little bored. We went on a cruise, and,
It started up
we went
again.
on a cruise, and you can't cruise without a few drinks,
Yeah.
Trying to take it easy, though.
I mean, honestly,
I got to work all week. So
There's no point of living in Florida if you're going to live that. Like,
Yeah, I mean, you got to party a little bit.
you got
We
to.
work hard. You got to.
That's
play
what
hard a
everybody
little bit,
does.
yeah.
I mean, that's the part of the culture here. Really, it is.
Now, what do you think? I mean, compared to up north, coming from up north to down here.
Oh,
as
don't
far
start
as-
this shit.
I'm just saying, as far as the ethic of people down here, work ethic wise, like, is it?
There is none.
and
And that's why I moved.
And that's what I'm saying. And now, so is it because that the weather's better here and there's more things to do outside, or is it just because generally they have a better work ethic? What do you think? I mean,
Up north, they have a better work ethic.
why do you
is that
think
what
that
you're
is?
saying?
Yeah, why do you think that is? I agree completely with
I
that.
just think it's just the laid-back lifestyle down here, And people party a lot more down here. I
Why?
think we
It
have a
has to
few
be
more
Why?
hangovers
Why?
down here.
Yeah,
than we
why
do up
exactly?
north.
I mean, I drink way more than I should.
I can tell you.
Times,
I can
4
tell you.
times
Why?
a
Look
week.
at this. We're riding out on a boat right now in the middle of the day. We just picked up Carlos at the nearest boat slip. Right.
And this is also an exceptional circumstance. But if I was fishing, I'd be drinking too.
I mean, it's
As long as I wasn't a paid captain.
it paves the groundwork for drinking and partying and just having a good time and kind of, when you stare out there on the water, your brain kind of just clears, You just look on the vast water.
When we first moved down, the first thing we noticed was that the service at restaurants just wasn't the same as up north in New England and New York.
Absolutely.
I mean, it was like 20 minutes before a waitress would even come to your table. And, I think a lot of the places are trying to change that because it's not good. And that's why you see so many restaurants and bars closing and opening and reopening, and over again.
Were there a lot of orange groves when you moved down here?
When I moved here?
Yeah, when did you move here?
I haven't seen an orange grove yet. Maybe driving to West Palm or something.
How that was in 1990 when that happened with your daughter. When did you move down?
I moved down in 86, 87, around there.
There were still orange groves and stuff like that. Like
there was
not around
Thurston
here.
Groves on Seminole Boulevard.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't like this was never really
because we
country
built
or
our
anything.
first house probably 86, 87. I remember specifically like Collins Estates, like right by.
And who's the Rays player whose dad?
What?
Kochman.
Oh yeah,
Kochman Estates.
Casey Kochman.
Yeah, and his dad, he still owns an orange grove that is non-producing, but it's still there. It's still the land.
Yeah.
It's Kochman Estates now out there on Seminole Boulevard.
86,
Well,
87.
you're a young pup. You have to remember. In March, I can start collecting Social Security.
Holy shit, you old bastard! Wait, hold on. How old are you now?
I'll be 62 in March.
Oh, so you're going to collect it early?
No, I'm not. I'm just
Because
saying I can.
65 is like you get the full amount.
Full amount, correct.
Yeah, so you're not going to do that, right?
No, but I mean, we're getting up there in age,
You're the same demographic as my parents or
Yeah,
whatever.
I figured.
And I love you, man. You're my legitimate friend or whatever.
Don't call me Poppy.
Yeah. But no. It's so interesting about these baby boomers who are getting older, like my mother. She indulges in the things that you did back in the 70s and the 60s and stuff like that.
There's nothing really wrong with it. I mean, the hard drugs are the ones that you got to stay away from. I think, a little pot, a little beer, it's okay.
I think it is too.
Everything in moderation,
But
I
nobody,
guess.
like my grandparents and your parents, they didn't have that same outlook, right?
No, not
at all.
Different generation. The booze was there, though, because my dad was a boozer.
He was?
Oh, yeah. The booze was there, and the gambling and the ladies and stuff like that. Look at this guy.
Can you tell me about your father for a second?
World War II vet. I just found his discharge papers, and he never spoke about all the medals he had, and I just found those.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't find the medals. I found from Bronze Stars, and, he was African theater and all of that. And, they left Puerto Rico to join the service. He joined at 17.
And you can do that as a Puerto Rican native and
Yeah,
stuff?
we're U.S. citizens.
I know you are,
Yeah.
but I just didn't know. I don't know the full laws or whatever
Well,
about
back
it.
then they were all trying to, a better life, so they figured if they joined the service, they can.
So he was in
Be
World
better
War
off.
II?
World War II.
Wow.
France, Germany.
All the major European battles?
Yep.
My great uncle was in all 8 major European battles. My mom's uncle, my uncle
Wow.
Frank. And he actually was in he was in D-Day, he was everything. He was in the Big Red 1, the 1st Infantry Division. He had to go in there and detonate all the bombs and stuff. He was the landmine guy. He survived the whole fucking war, man. All 8 major European battles. He even got stopped by Patton one time for not having his helmet on. Got charged like $50 or something like that. He had a toothache, and they said, go see the dentist. He went to the dentist, came back, his entire platoon's dead. Getting 11 guys out of it or something like that. I have some tapes of him telling this whole story.
During the Battle of the Bulge, I had my helmet off. I was riding shotgun at one time. This was in the command car. And Patton, he sent the MP over to the Jeep, and it says name, rank, and serial number. I said, what's that for? He says, for having your helmet off. So they fined me a month's pay, $30, for having my helmet off. I had a bad tooth, wisdom tooth that was chipped. So I went to the dentist and sat on a box. He gave me a couple of shots in the gum. Went to pull hold. I said, I'm getting earaches. You start breaking the tooth and start pulling pieces out at a time. He left some pieces in. So I went back to the outfit, and the sergeant says, You stay in the house to watch the equipment. We got to go out and check a bridge. 17 guys went out in our squad. 4 come back. The rest all got killed. 3 days later, the war ended. So we finally come home. If the train stopped in Bridgeport, I was going to jump off the train. We went to Fort Devens, Massachusetts. And when we got there, they said, there's too many GIs here. You guys go home and come back 30 days later for discharge. So now, I didn't have a dime on me. A couple of soldiers are stationed on the base that they're going to New Haven. So I says, you got room for another guy? He said, yeah. So I wasn't dressed, I didn't have the Eisenhower jacket, so now I went to the colonel and said, I'm going, and he said, where's your jacket? So I said, I haven't got one because the supply base was closed. He said, a soldier was walking by. He said, hey, soldier, come over here. Take off your jacket and give it to the soldier. Must have seen the red one on there. So I went with these guys. They dropped me off in New Haven, and I didn't have a dime on me. There's no cars on the road. Some fella in New Haven, I says, what's the fastest way to get to the post road? He said, well, you take the bus. The bus is right there. I says, I ain't got bus fare. So he says, wait a minute. You know, there was money in them days. He went in the house, he come out with $2. So I waited for the bus to come by, paid the fare, and they dropped me off at Allentown Hill, near the cemetery there. So I get out. I said, well, 18 miles, I'd make this in no time. So now, I start walking up the hill. Trailer truck stops right in the middle of the hill. He said, where are you going, soldier? I said, Bridgeport. He says, hop in. I got into Bridgeport, got out there, Stratford Avenue, and Kazoo Street there. Happened to see a cab driver, I knew him. I got in the cab, he took me home. I said, boy, that's some story, right? After going through a whole war, 443 days of combat time, 8 battle stars, I had to hitchhike home.
He survived the whole thing. Anyway.
I wish he had come to the shop. I have his photo when he joined at 17, and then when he was worked for Columbia London Records in New York.
He did?
Yeah, and also then...
So he was a musician?
I have his flag. No, he wasn't a musician. He just worked for the company. I never to this day knew what he did.
Really?
No, he started with Columbia and then went to London. And so we would get all the albums, you know, not for resale, for radio use only, with the labels at the bottom and stuff, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you were exposed to music at a young age?
Yeah, well, the whole family. All my uncles, they're all musicians, yeah.
What about your mother?
Stay-at-home mom, works in New York.
She's still around?
Yeah, she's 84. She's in Kissimmee.
She is?
Yeah. My brother's a pastor, and he's there.
Nice.
And then the other brother's a pastor, and he's in West Palm.
Why is everybody pastors?
And don't ask what happened to me.
Yeah.
That's always the next question. And what the hell happened to you?
Well, I mean, you pontificate in your own way. Right?
Let's translate that.
Well, when I walk into the place, you're like, Robert Picarillo. Yeah. I love that, man.
That's a great name. What time is it?
Oh, yeah, we got to get back.
Yeah, I got to get back to work.
That's Babenzo.com.
I just called Suncoast Surf Shop to talk to Joe, who is the purveyor there, and he's out to lunch downtown St. Pete. He'll be back later on. He lives right next door, and we're going to get a hold of this Steve Lamb guy. It's up to you, man.
We're trying to track down this guy, Steve Lamb, right now, right?
That's it.
What's the deal with him?
Sign to Hatchy 7.
What do you do?
He's an old drug smuggler. Like, when he was, like, 16, 17 years old, don't quote me on this, but, like, a 26-foot sailboat, like a small sailboat, all the way down to Jamaica, pick up hundreds of pounds of marijuana and bring it back, and eventually tons of marijuana. And just bring it back and just sell it and have a big party. And his parties are still legendary.
Yeah, exactly. All the time. Big parties.
He just made all this money just to have parties.
Just living the good life.
Just to live.
La Dolce Vita.
How old is he now?
I don't know
About
his age.
50 something.
50. You
Almost
got to
60.
find him.
And we got to try to find this guy and podcast with him, right?
That would be definitely a
I already
great
made the call. I called the Suncoast Surf Shop, asked for Joe.
Let's just recap what happened here. We just got done dropping off Carlos Morales.
Yep.
Who we just talked to, right? And
Yes.
at the end of our conversation, we had gotten into, that there are a lot of interesting people here in the Tampa Bay area, Madeira Beach area, whatever, St. Pete side. Anyway, we mentioned Steve Lamb. I had actually sent this guy a Facebook message last time I was down because, Toby, you were telling me about him, right?
Yeah, I was telling you about it.
How active is he on Facebook, though?
Not very active whatsoever.
That's what I'm
Doesn't do
saying.
anything.
He's like me. I maybe check it only if I get a message from somebody I even remotely care about.
But Carlos said to go to John's Pass and talk with a gentleman by the name of Larry Blue.
Yep.
So we got there. We pulled up at the dock. I jumped off. Gentleman came over. You know, he looked a little older. He looked like late 50s, early 60s or whatever, and kind of disheveled, like a fisherman alcoholic type. I could tell.
Old salt.
Old salt.
So I said, do you know where Larry Blue is? He said, well, he's usually around here. He's not here right now. I said, do you by any chance know
Steve Lamb.
Steve Lamb? He said, oh, Steve Lamb, the only way that you can get a hold of that guy is go down to Suncoast Surf Shop.
Wait a minute. I'm having an epiphany.
You are?
We got to talk to Larry Sr.
Yeah.
Who's that?
He knows who he is.
Larry Sr.?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Larry
is
Blue.
Larry-
I've got his phone number.
That's Larry Blue?
He's got his phone.
Larry
number.
Sr.
I don't know.
You have Larry Blue's fucking cell phone number? We went to go look for
I
them?
might
so.
have it. I might have it.
Everybody's connected on the beaches. It's not like New York where you just know everybody on your block.
Don't start talking crap, Toby. You really know nothing about it because you're a little redneck yokel cracker.
Actually, my
See,
my
now what you're
background-
talking about is you're
now he's
encompassing
getting angry.
everybody here. Because that's what every one of these guys
All right,
was.
let's not get into this.
Oh, you've already got into it. Now hurry up and take the microphone.
Rob always mentions that I don't have any experience with New York or anything, but I got a lot of family
It's Bobby.
up there. I'm sorry, Pickles.
Start calling me Bobby.
I'm sorry, Pickles.
I changed it.
Oh, he changed his name back to Bobby.
I changed it
That's
back
so
to Bobby.
cute.
Don't call me Rob.
Okay, Bobby.
I'm calling Larry Sr.
I'll let Ben call him.
That's some good marijuana smoke.
It's the best.
Forwarded to
called
the automated
medication,
voice
Rob.
messaging system. Is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options. To send us fax, press 4 now. To leave a callback number, press 5.
Larry Sr., this is Ben Coletti. If you could, please return my call at your earliest convenience. Thank you very much. I'll talk to you soon.
He knows you?
Of course he knows me.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would have left my number.
All right.
Is that okay?
So wait, you know who Larry Blue is?
This is Larry Sr., who has been around here for a long time. Now, he may connect us with Larry Blue.
Or he can connect us with the Lamb fella.
Steve Lamb.
Yeah. Exactly.
Would somebody mind getting me a beer?
Yeah, Bert's the only one without a microphone. Oh, there he is. He's already on point. Oh, yeah. Wait, that was mine. You asshole. No, mine's up here. No, that's Rob's.
How about this? Is your beer? Hold on. Yeah.
So far, from what I've heard, what do you think?
I don't know. He's completely insane.
So it's the same thing as if.
Listen, no. Let's talk about this. Bert, how long have you known Ben Coletti for?
About 3, maybe 4 months.
That's it?
That's it.
November.
Yeah.
Tell me about meeting Ben Coletti. Think he's a good dude? Or he's an asshole?
Spontaneous. I kind of like him.
How did you come about meeting Ben Coletti?
Actually, he walked into work one day, and he said he was there to work. So I figured I had a new coworker. Well, we'll see what happens.
Wait, what are you talking about?
Well, you know my approach to getting a job that you want. I just go in there and tell them, hello, I'm your new employee. Thank you. All right, where do I start? No, you're right. You don't even have to tell me because I already know. So I just started working there.
And yeah, that's about how it went.
Really? Dude, tell me about it. What happened?
The first memory I have is just seeing him kind of walking across the dock and picking up a wrench and starting to fix a jet ski. I don't know where he came from, but that was it.
It's true.
Really?
Yep.
What happened to make you focus on this place that you wanted to get a job at?
Well, I realized after deep soul searching that, really, I wanted to be on the water. I wanted to be captaining a vessel. I wanted to be out there every day doing what I love. And I wanted to get paid for it.
Of course.
And so, inherently, I knew this was the closest place that I could obtain exactly what I was looking for. And so I said, okay, I can walk, I can ride a boat, I can ride a bike. I'll drive if I have to, but I'm going to work here. And so I said, hey, listen, man.
Wait, were you just driving?
I was randomly driving down the road, and I had gotten a couple job offers from some hotels out here.
Because what happened again?
When I left the Thunderbird.
You were working at the Thunderbird. You were the
operations manager.
You're the operations manager. So you basically ran the Thunderbird.
The operations of it.
Okay. And it was awesome.
It was fun.
That was a great
It was
job
a blast.
for you.
I
was very disappointed when I heard that you weren't working there anymore.
You know, I can understand that. But from an outside perspective, your disappointment is only because you had some inherent
pent-up notion of that as far as a good job fit for you.
Exactly.
I thought that's the perfect
I
thing.
also thought the same thing.
And
I walked into the Thunderbird and did the same thing.
And because your sister is in that same line of work and also Olaf as well, I figured that it would be a good fit.
Yeah, so I was maybe biased by that. I knew I wanted to be on the beach in the water, so that was my intent.
But that wasn't your true calling.
That wasn't my true calling.
So what would you say your true calling would be?
Well, I don't think I have to say anything. If you could take a picture, it would explain it all.
Of what we're doing right now.
Exactly. Right now we are cruising about 1.7 miles from the Thar. We are just about 1 mile off of Blind Pass, and we are going with the wind to accommodate Toby's smoking habits. The swells are approximately 4 to 6. They don't look that big only because we're riding up and down over many
Now,
waves.
for those that don't know, the 6-foot swell, what that means is from the bottom of the space between the waves
which
to the
is called
top
the trough,
of the next wave
to the crest
is 6 feet.
That doesn't mean the wave is actually 6 foot, and it's not necessarily a rolling white cap. Now, that's the difference between a swell and a white cap. Now, if these were 6 foot white caps, we'd all be dead. Luckily, they're just swells. And that's why they say...
You're going directly to jail.
Oh, swell.
He's looking at a million pictures of you smoking pot.
Medical marijuana, you idiot.
That's my medicine.
We are actually in international waters right now.
We are in international water. We are in international water.
So if you have it, light it.
Yeah, they say smoke them if you got them, I think, when you get to international water.
I like my idea better.
Are we in international... Wait, we're not in international waters.
We are past the Coal Regs demarcation line. We are in international waters, but we are still in federally regulated waters.
Now,
9 miles from the shoreline is considered official.
Now, Coletti, back in the day, they had the circle line that would take you out, and you can gamble.
With the gambling boat.
We are not. I've been on that several times, and that is truly where all laws are not
correct.
enforced.
That's 9 miles out, and that's what the circle
we are
line
not
does.
There yet, Coletti?
We are in international waters.
We can smoke pot right now legally?
No. I
okay.
Just told
well,
you
what
that.
are you saying?
The sea is a funny thing, Rob, because where we're at, we have passed the Coal Regs demarcation line.
What is that?
It's a set of rules that defines inland waterways, which is the
lot of
eastern and
rules.
western rivers, and the Gulf or any large body of water outside of those. And so here, where we're passing right now, which is Blind Pass, the Coal Regs demarcation line runs about 0.3 miles from the shore. Now, that's where Coast Guard regulation switches from inland rules to offshore.
Okay.
So, or what they call international. So now we are in international law under the Coast Guard.
Oh, my God, that dolphin is awesome.
Now we're going to go catch a dolphin.
Are we?
Of course.
No, can you get it? Oh, my God, look at it. It's fucking huge.
And it's jumping out of the water. Watch this. He's moving fast. Where's he at? He'll come back. It's fine. Relax. Just look for the dolphin jumping. He's coming. He's coming. Oh, look, they're coming. Oh, shit. No, we're perfect. Oh, they're going to be here. I know. I see them. Toby, they're behind you.
Yeah.
We may have to circle around.
Don't worry about it. We're gonna be
I'm not worried about anything, Toby.
There he is.
They're having it. We're going to go back.
Two.
and we're going to
Now
catch
we got
them.
2 dolphins.
He knows we're trying to give him something to play with. Now look behind us. Trying to get a little maximum displacement here. They're right in front of us. Now watch this. We're going to come up right alongside of them and give them this wake and see if they play.
It's not enough displacement. You know what I'm saying? When you have a bigger V and heavier boat, it sends out a bigger weight.
All right, so we're coming up on the dolphins here. And if they were playing earlier, they should be playing again.
Yeah, if we had a bigger boat, we could do it because...
Trust me, this is going to be good.
We have no displacement going right now. Go a little faster.
I'm working on it, too.
Try to keep it off a plane, but up like this.
Portside Dolphins.
Go slower, go slower. Try to rock it back and forth like that position right there. A little faster.
I think we're right on.
We're right on
there.
There
They are.
There they are. Speed up a little bit, Ben. Speed up. All right, then let down. Just try to get that nose up in the air. All right, slow down a little bit now. Just try to keep it right there.
I want to see them in the air. Like, they'll jump completely out of the water. It's a little rough today, so they don't see the defined wave as much.
See, they're back there.
We're not giving them a big enough wave to excite them. They're all over there back there.
Yeah.
If there's one that's really feeling good, he's going to come right up into here.
Remember last time we took that one boat out and we got him to follow behind us?
Yeah, dude.
Well, they had a little
That
fun.
was awesome.
So did we.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a different kind of boat.
You were driving that time. You know,
Yeah, I was driving.
You have the magic touch when it comes to the dolphins.
No, I just had a different
You're the
boat.
dolphin whisperer.
No, I had a different boat.
No, dude, you're the dolphin whisperer. Listen, you son of a bitch. You better listen to me when I'm giving you a...
How do you figure?
What do you mean?
Well, just because you're from New York, it makes you more intelligent?
No.
You should take a
But
picture
I
of
am,
that.
though.
Did you just make a smart remark? You said you probably are?
No, of course not.
We're rewind that real quick.
No pissing on the deck.
My apologies. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway.
Say what you just said.
I said, it's good to stop pissing midstream because it works out your prostate and you won't have problems later. Plus, it makes you more of a man not to be a pussy and be like, oh, I can't stop pissing.
What are we going to do?
I have to drive. We're going to Shell Island.
Oh, okay.
What do you expect me to do?
I'm gonna
Everything?
put this away for a
If
little
you have a boom mic, yeah, put this away. We're going to hit high speed.
All right.
Unless you guys want to talk while you can't hear anything.
Do we have more room in there for the trash?
Yes.
There.
Do you have more beer in there for the trash?
Yes.
So, Rob says he hates Florida so much, but yet we always go on the boat and he always has a good time.
Anyway, I can put in if this one fills up, so it's all good. Whatever,
And,
let's leave it on.
he says he hates it so much down here. Is it off? Yeah, we're going on a plane right now. There's not going to be much talking.
We can't really talk like this, can we, Toby?
We're on a hurricane!
We're going really fast,
It's
Toby!
120
Oh my God, Toby!
Residents have
Why
evacuated to
would
the
you make
mainland!
us continue
I don't know how much longer I can hold the mic
doing this?
and hold this position! Get hold on! Welcome to the Bobby Pickles Podcast! Holy shit!
Welcome to Bobby Pickles Podcast. I'm Ben Coletti. What's your name? Outstanding. Faster.
Thatbabenzo.com.
There it is. I told you you're so stupid. God damn, why are you so dumb and you don't listen to anything I say? And it always comes to be
wait,
true
where
in
was
the
that?
end.
You're the same way, man. I told you to anchor the boat and you yelled at me.
Yeah, but I did it right away. See, that's the difference. I may oppose.
Yeah,
At least I do it.
And like, because we're all like crazy when we first pulled in here, and I was like, Ben, just throw another anchor out to be safe. And he's like,
Sit down.
No, I'm not. That
I
was.
said I'm not going to throw it yet. Damn it, Tobe.
This is going nowhere.
What the hell's the matter? You're right.
just-
We're
what
not
would
going
you-
anywhere
what would you
because
do-
we're anchored.
What
God
would,
damn,
what would you
Tobe.
do right now if you didn't have that microphone in your hand?
What would I do?
What would you say if you didn't have that microphone?
I would
I'd be like, hey, Bert, can you get me a beer, bro?
Oh, can I have a beer too?
Yeah, let's get beer.
Can I have a beer too?
You're not going to go that far. We got 2 anchors.
Holy shit,
You
dude.
did?
Those are some big ass waves, actually.
Yeah, it is. But if you set it up right, it's not so bad. It's not
Yeah,
crazy.
but we're chilling, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Look at this. And, you know, I mean, if we were on our side, like if we were facing sideways,
Like we
Bro,
were-
it's actually turned
this
into
could
a
flip
nice
the-
day.
This could flip the boat.
Yeah, but look at this. Nothing.
This could flip the boat. And now, nothing. We just rode right over it. Thank you very much, sir.
Yep.
That's
And
very
Ben
awesome.
told me to shut up on the way in, and
I didn't say shut up. I
Oh.
said shh. I said shut your mouth.
oh, that's more proper, right?
Whatever. Toby, you know I appreciate you. I know you're a good captain, okay? I appreciate what you did here, man. Look at this.
Yeah.
It was your idea,
Yeah.
and I accept it.
Thank you.
Look how great we're sitting right here. We're at a 45 on the waves, just about 30 to 45, and it's fucking great. Oh, we're catching some water over the bow.
Yeah.
As the low approaches from the northwest, expect temperatures
So,
to
did
drop
anybody
between
see
10 to 15 degrees.
And we watched the Super Bowl together.
Yeah, oh, that was so
Oh, the
nice.
Super Bowl was
stupid.
horrible. The only good thing was that Maserati commercial.
Yeah.
That moved me.
Yeah, it made me want to go to the Maserati in Tampa.
They're
and
the
go
worst
together.
cars ever.
I know they
No,
are.
they're
but the
not. They're
commercial was
so cool.
amazing.
They're
They're
Italian
cool.
made.
They're cool and they're Italian, but only the Italians can fix them.
They have warranties, man. You pay that much money for a car, you're gonna have a
warranty, yeah, you
Yeah,
get
labor's
90
gonna
days.
be like $150.
If you had that much money, it won't matter.
That's true.
Yeah, well.
There's a guy on Clearwater Beach that has 7 Bentleys. All of them are different colors, you know, real mute kind of colors. They go with his wife's attire. Whatever she wears that night, that's what car they're taking. And I see them all the time.
Is that what is that, ego, or is that just like I just want to spend money?
It depends. You know, I mean, if you're hanging out and you're just chilling, you know, having a
And
good
have a
time,
different car for every day of the week?
whatever.
Different Bentley for every day. of the
Different
week.
I'm sorry.
You can afford it. Go ahead. If that's, you know, whatever. Is it ill-gotten gain? You know, how do you
Does
live
he
your
feel
life?
guilty about it, so he's trying to get rid of it as fast as possible?
I don't know, but do you ever think one of these waves can come over the front of these?
I
this
know
boat?
it's going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
It's
We're
going to
gonna
happen.
Reposition,
It's
and
set.
everything's going to
no,
be okay.
everything's set fine. It's not going.
It's going to happen one day. I'm not saying it's going to happen today.
Not today.
Though the
You're going
tide's
to die,
down.
Toby.
Where's that
What?
tip bar at?
No.
It's part of life.
Yep, sure is, but I'm not dying today.
Not today.
Well, how do you
today,
know?
let's live life to the fullest.
How do you know when
because
you
today
die?
is a great day.
That would suck.
I didn't
die.
have to break out my AK.
My dad's dying.
Yeah, I heard about that, dude. I'm so sorry about that.
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, that's bullshit, man. I'm sorry, man.
You know, everybody's going to die, right, Tobe?
Yeah, definitely.
How does that affect your life when you know that everybody's going to die?
I really don't care, man. It happens, right?
Have you come to that conclusion yet?
What about death?
Yeah.
What do you mean dying?
Well, in Buddhism, they teach there is nobody who is better than anybody else. There is nobody who is below anybody else. We're all human, and we're all going to die someday. That's the basic premise of Buddhism. That's why I like Buddhism. Anyway, how does that make you feel, man? I mean, do you need a God to pray to so that you can sleep well at night and feel good and nice and cozy? Or is it okay to know that you're going to die and you're not sure about what's going to happen afterwards? It could be like before you lived, those millions of years or whatever, fucking infinity before you were born. Did you really care?
Yeah.
Did
What's
you
it
really care?
called? I'm not really going to discuss religion,
Politics.
but the way I look at it is
That's just going to make me angry.
No. I'll talk about death and stuff if you want.
You won't
me
talk
to.
about what I just
I'll
brought
talk
up?
Yeah, I'll talk about
What
death.
kind of what?
No,
You know how I feel?
What kind
no,
of
no, no. You know how I feel? My
did
thoughts.
that elicit, Toby, out of your retarded pizza making redneck Florida brain?
Okay. Are you done being mean?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I won't know because I'll be dead, you stupid fucking wannabe Yankee. You idiot. Shut the fuck up. You hear me? You fake hipster son of a bitch.
Oh my God, that's so horrible.
I didn't mean to be mean, but you're being mean to me.
Okay, I apologize.
No, I apologize.
The universe is a sounding board for what you put out. And some people are so stupid that they think they can put out dumb, stupid, aggressive attitude and get back something nice. You know, my dad used to always say, you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar. And Rob, you're pretty sour.
What are you talking about?
I'm just being facetious.
Wait, did your dad really tell you that?
Of course.
He said what? He said
you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar.
Yeah.
And he referred to flies as people like you.
Did he
Wow. That's harsh.
I don't mean that directly.
Did he?
I'm sure if my dad were alive
Did he
today,
use
he'd
what's
enjoy
that called?
conversation with you.
What is that called when you say those things, those phrases and stuff?
That's called Benanology.
Well, I mean, what you know? That's called, Bert.
It's a one-liner.
He had a lot of those, right?
It's a one-liner. Like
did he have a lot of those?
He did.
How many can you remember right now?
Right now?
Can you remember a couple?
I could
just a couple,
probably.
like 3. Can you remember like 3 for me?
Boy, yes. Let's see.
Why is he putting you on the spot?
No, man. I'm not putting him on the spot. This is genuine shit.
No, it's not. It's putting on the spot.
You know what just happened here.
About? See, he can misconstrue
I couldn't
genuine
even recite
shit.
the alphabet right now.
What?
You?
What the fuck? Don't patronize me, you motherfucker.
All right, here's another one. All right. We walk up to a store clerk or something like that, somebody check out or a server at the restaurant.
At Scotty's?
At Scotty's. Scotty's was, of course, my first word. So
why was Scotty's your first word?
Because that's where my dad always took me, like, 'cause he was always building something. And so he'd always take me there as a kid.
He'd always
he knew every employee, and they'd all be, oh, hey, Jack, how's it going?
Now, tell me about building stuff. Like, what, you like see him building stuff all the time? Like,
yeah, he was always had a project.
What kind of stuff would he be building?
Anything from house remodeling projects to crab hotels down underwater, sandboxes, playthings, cool shit.
Really?
Gardens.
That's so awesome, man.
It was good. So, anyways,
that really is.
Somebody
cool.
come up to him.
Hold on,
and like, hey, Jack, how you doing? Not as good as you look. That was always a good one, and it always worked with the ladies.
He would always say that.
Yeah, every time. Like there was like a hot girl at like the register or like a server. Like, oh, how you doing today? Not as good as you look.
I like that. I think I've said that before independently of even hearing this.
It's a common phrase, but that's one of them.
That's a really good one. We need 2 more. Now, Toby, did your dad build a lot of shit?
Build a lot of shit?
Just like his dad did, yeah.
He just paid people to do it.
He did?
Yeah, he didn't build that. He was like fishing, windsurfing, and just drinking wine and living life.
Okay.
He's eating a lot of fish.
But he wouldn't. He wasn't like a handyman per se.
I mean, yeah, he was. Like, we would definitely build shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
like what? What would you build?
Like one time, he made me and my brother carry like 125 bags of cement over a fence and then mix it by hand when we're like 10 years old.
Why? Child labor.
No, what was made?
They actually do that in Napoli.
Huh?
What was made out of that?
We made a deck.
Okay. Where was the deck?
By the pool or by the seawall.
What was behind that deck?
There was a fish tank.
Not just any fish tank.
Humongous fish tank.
Like a 10,000-gallon fish tank.
My dad used to catch
2 separate fish tanks that connected under a staircase that went down to the top.
Pumps.
Yeah.
And my dad used to keep grouper and
you
stuff
could
in
actually
there.
swim in there.
Yeah.
With the fish. You didn't want to because everybody was scared of the fish.
And we had 2 pool pumps. And my dad would keep grouper and fish in there.
Like live fish. You just slaughter it for dinner.
He would just go get it. Like you have grouper in the tank, lobster, snapper, whatever he wanted. And just whenever he's hungry, he'd go out there and get it.
Yep.
He thought it would just save him money and gas.
Tobe, are you fucking serious? That's what your dad did? That's a pimp.
Yeah.
See, that is so pimp.
Dude, it was ridiculous.
We used to have parties and stuff, man. Like, everybody used to come and like we used to have food like you wouldn't believe, like wood fire pizza, filet mignon, like all kinds of shit, like the best food you could ever think of, just like the baddest parties, all the booze you could drink, and just like everybody having a good time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was great times growing up.
Yeah,
yeah, it really was,
dude. The first time I heard, realized you were a living, breathing human being was you had like big sound systems in your car or some shit.
Yeah,
like that?
I had big stereos in my car.
Yeah, what was that about?
I don't know, like before, like growing up and stuff. When my dad passed away at a young age, and some people turn to drugs and shit, and I turned it into car stereos and like cars, like.
Bowling ball, paint jobs,
my buddy just posted a picture on Facebook of my
bar
Civic.
in your trunk.
Yeah, just like stereos. I had a Cadillac with 615s and I had 2-stroker 15s before that. But it was fucking awesome. I didn't
blew the roof out of that Cadillac.
To show off. I did it to kind of like please everybody else, make everybody else happy. Go Clearwater Beach, fucking play my stereo, let everybody listen to it, no matter what. If somebody will listen to my stereo,
no matter what, whether they like it or not.
That's true.
I got 7 tickets in 2 days at Daytona.
It was 3 days. and one was a speeding and moving violation, and the rest were whatever. But it was fun, man. You remember me from back then for that, you know?
Yeah.
But I just did it because that was
that
my
your
personality.
ego, or just because you liked it?
I liked it, and I wouldn't.
I thought it was cool
happy.
too. I mean, I was like, "Wow, look at that! I just got a nosebleed from listening to a radio."
Dude, I threw up many times.
Really get a nosebleed?
Yeah, of course, all the time.
From listening to the radio?
It was like the strokers in the Cadillac were so loud that he couldn't have conventional speakers for mids and highs. He had to have horns, like stadium horns, installed under the dashboard, because it was the only thing that the vibration of the subwoofers wouldn't blow out the regular speakers. And so there's horns underneath the dash.
My roof used to collapse.
The roof would be, I was trying to say, it blew the roof out of it.
Yeah,
and
my
like
headliner.
the roof would be vibrating. I mean, shit, like, oh, it was so crazy. You get a nosebleed after like 5 minutes of like riding down Gulf Boulevard.
It knocks the wind. It used to knock
you
the
couldn't
wind
even
out
breathe.
of you.
You're like fighting for like breath because it's like fucking ridiculous. The
It
wind,
was
you couldn't-
fun, though.
Why did we do that back in the day?
I
It was fun. It was like
my
an
rush, dude. It
experience.
was my drug. You know, I had fun. It was great doing it. You know what I mean? But then I discovered smoking, and then I don't really want.
Then now
loud
my
stereos
music's
anymore.
not so loud.
It's too no.
So
It's
that's how
definitely
you
not
dealt
loud.
with your father passing away? Is you got into that?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It really helped me. It really helped. Car clubs, car shows, everything just like really
Now you
helped me.
both share something, and that's both of your fathers passed
Yeah,
away.
we both
Yeah.
grew up
Actually, I
down the
think-
street from each other.
And I think how old were you when your dad died?
I was like 15.
I thought you were-
I was just
yeah,
no, I was
14.
14, about to be 15 to get my learner's permit because my dad stopped driving. So I was like, "Fuck, I want to drive for my dad." So like, I was waiting for that, but it happened like in March. So my birthday's in May. So whatever, man. It was cool. Shit happens.
Wow.
It's
Death
life.
happens.
And then when did your father pass away? Same time.
When I was 14, yeah.
Yeah. And you lived right down the street from each other.
Yep.
So that bonded you guys.
Well, no, Toby and I have been best
And
friends.
you both
since-
are half Italian.
No, I mean, we talked
No,
about
we're
this before.
both half Italian.
He paid my mom
and half
off $20
German.
to have me early.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're both
it's
the
true.
same mix. But you
But
know
you
what?
look
He's
But
more
the-
Dutch.
The funny. This is what's funny.
My
is that,
dad's from North Italy.
My dad's
His dad's
from South.
from
But
the...
So you're more German, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because it's
yeah,
very
it's more
Germanic.
Yeah, exactly.
This
very
is what
Germanic
this
in
is
the
what's
north.
funny about it. It's like, okay, he speaks German, fluent German. I speak fluent Italian.
Yeah.
So it's like I consider him
Together
German.
we'll make it.
He considers me Italian. But we're both the same
Mixed.
shit.
Yep. It's just the Northern Italians aren't so dark-skinned.
Yeah, you know what I mean? My dad's from Naples. You know, you've been there. You call it the pigsty, you know?
Absolutely.
But I love it. That's just beautiful.
That's your home.
I love Naples.
This is what Naples looks like. Beer
Man, look at
cans,
this. This is
beautiful
nice
beaches.
swell, bro. We are
I know what it
taking
looks
this
like
right.
when you're
Toby
right
had a good
right
idea.
there and you see the girls off on the boats, right, Tobe?
With what? The anchor?
The anchor. Good anchoring
I told you, man,
situation.
I'll teach you a lot with anchoring.
Tobe.
He knows his shit.
Yeah.
It's docking he can't fucking
In
master.
Napoli,
Yeah.
how beautiful is it when you look out and you see all those boats tied up with all the women laid out on top of them?
Dude, I remember when I was like a little kid, like 8 years old, whatever. I forget what age I was, but I've been going there. I've been there a lot of times, like 20 times, because I got family there. But I remember going to Capri and just seeing like boobies for the first time when I was like 9 years old, 8 years old. European boobies, like real ones, not the fake ones that you see here, all like beer canned out. But it was beautiful. It made me not really care after that. And going to Daytona for spring break, dude, I remember I had a video. My mom threw it away because she found it. But I had like 50 pairs of boobs on this videotape, and 2 girls making out in the shower. And she threw it out and everything. Because I used to just sit on the strip and just hold up a sign that said, "Show me your tits." And they didn't. I would flip it over and say, "Never mind, flatty." And they just get pissed off and show me anyways. It was great growing up around here.
What are you talking about? When did you do that?
All when I was younger, when I was in my car days. I mean, shit. Like when I used to have my...
shit. Toby pulled more girls. Like, you would not believe it. Like, I mean, I'd go over to his apartment, and this is what was that, Mallard Point?
Yeah, over 4th Street.
Yep, and there'd be like random girls walking in and out. I'm like, Toby. I'm like, holy shit, man. What the fuck was that girl wearing? And like, they'd be all over him all the time, and I just didn't get it. But now I realize.
What do you mean? Why didn't you get it?
Because, you know, Toby's always been like, you know.
I'm a big dude.
No, it has nothing to do with it.
Oh.
It has everything to do with it.
No, but you know, but
doesn't
here's
matter to me.
No. What do you assume? Toby's always been the quiet one. Toby's always fairly quiet.
Yeah.
You know, he's always very quiet. Doesn't want confrontation.
Why are you so quiet?
But
and
he
stuff?
turns on like if you
annoying,
confrontate him. It's like a light switch, and he explodes, and it's the scariest thing you've ever seen in your life.
I'll rip you apart.
I've seen him like casually walk through an entire door and frame, and like smash his brother's head.
I will get you,
and like
nothing will stop me.
And this is when he was like, you know.
But it's great because I play dumb, and no, people don't realize it. When they talk to me, they think I'm dumb, and I play dumb, and they treat me dumb, but I'll rip your fucking throat out. They won't find you. I already thought about ways to get rid of you before I even met you, so don't try it.
Do you always do that? Do you play dumb?
I like it. It brings out the
what
true
advantages?
Colors of people. It brings out the true personality.
I've seen Toby at work, and it's pretty amazing because people just assume they can say things, do things, and it just lets their guard down.
What do you mean?
It lets their guard down.
What do you mean?
When they feel
he's like some type of sub-intelligence because he's working at a pizza place. They assume wrong every time, which gives him an advantage. I love making fun of people that don't realize how dumb they're being until you can say 2 words and just make their world fall apart.
That's how I realized I wanted to do a podcast. Because I
that?
worked for Verizon Wireless when I first moved to New York and stuff, having gotten a college degree and shit like that. But, I just felt really down that I was working this shit retail job. But we started doing this sales program, and it's called Earn the Right. The basic premise is you can't pitch anybody anything unless you earn the right to, right? Because, like, if I'm going to pitch you a car charger, I have to know you own a car, you know?
No.
You got to talk to them.
you might own a boat.
Whatever. You got to talk to them and gain all the information you can, and then you use it to your advantage in the sale.
Ask questions, man.
Ask a lot of questions. What I would do is I would actually just sit there and I would ask so many questions. I would get into a genuine, insane conversation that would like span like an hour and a half. You know?
And you may have made a friend, but you lost the sale.
And I wouldn't even sell them anything.
That's right.
I wouldn't sell the person anything.
Well, and that's
They're
genuine.
like, oh my God, you earned the right. Whatever, you could have sold that guy anything. Like, why didn't you pull the trigger? Like, I don't give a fuck.
Sorry for getting on the subject.
Tell me, why don't you?
I'm
not trying to sell these people. I don't believe in the product.
Yeah. I want to kill you.
Why did you work at a phone kiosk?
Oh, it was the worst.
Rob, why did you work at a phone kiosk if you had a college degree?
Because
at UF.
Yeah.
That's a waste, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
What are you doing?
Toby, why do you think I'm so like hard up about, telling people if you're going to be an entrepreneur, college is unnecessary. If you're going to go work for the man in some corporation and be a slave in the cog of the wheel, go get an education. Go get a degree. If you're going to be an entrepreneur, however, it serves you best to figure out what it is that you want to do, go after it. Then, if there are any classes that will help you in that direction, then take those classes.
Yep.
Of course. I do not think that school is bad. I think that is great.
Well,
but it is set up to fuck you up. If you go into the school, you can't pay for it.
Teach
you have
people
to take
organization.
You have to take
and
out school loans. The school loans
Most
you have
people
to pay
don't
back.
have organization and responsibility, and that's what it's set up to teach you.
What?
It's set up to teach you organization and responsibility. People that go through college have obviously shown some sort of organization and responsibility to fill that agreement.
I know that sounds like bullshit.
Right,
I don't listen to that.
Hold on, let me talk for 1 second.
What?
If you don't have common sense, there's no use to having a fucking diploma. Okay?
Yeah.
If you don't have common
If you-
sense,
Oh wait, somebody
Wait,
has
wait,
a
did
college
you
diploma,
say
but
if
they
you
don't
don't
know how
have
to like
common
participate in society properly?
Hey, you know what? I have a 12th. Oh shit!
oh,
God damn
Toby.
you, Toby!
Yep, you just earned
I
that.
have a 12th grade education. I never went to college. I tried college.
God, 12th
yeah, but
grade-
that's from Center
Did you go to high-
Academy.
Did you graduate from
I
high school?
graduated, yeah.
All right,
But
so
I went
who gives a
to.
shit?
I did my basic courses at
All
SBC.
right, well, you're not saying you're a 9th grade fucking
no,
education.
not at all. But I'm just saying, it's just you don't need education out there to make it.
No, you don't.
You just people go to
How
college
do you
because
think
they
they did
dream.
it 100 years ago?
They dream of being something, and then when they get it, they turn it away.
Of course.
They don't follow through
The
with it.
Greek etymology of the word school comes from leisure. You needed to be rich enough that you didn't have to work and you could be leisurely, and then you can go to school and you can learn, okay? It's ridiculous. Okay, what are we learning about? Philosophy, all these other things? How is that going to make you money? Because that's what we live in. We live in a world that's operated by money.
Is to be worldly enough to connect with other people that you can socialize. Damn it, Tobe. Don't worry. Don't worry. I made it. I made it. That's a backhand.
I just threw a bit of empty beer and you threw it overboard.
No, I did not. It's in there.
I need another beer.
We need running lights.
Bert, can I have a beer?
That's what we need.
Please?
Can we get to Costa Bluffs by water?
Can we? We can.
Call him up.
Call him up and leave some out.
Tell him to meet us at that townhouse by Church by the Sea.
Yeah.
Tell him to bring his iPad, and we can pay him through Square.
Square.
You use Square?
No, not
Oh,
Square.
no!
What?
The beer can fell.
Yeah, what now?
So much for a beautiful beach.
Come back.
Dude, go get it, bro. You threw it.
Come back.
Oh.
So I just used my fucking awesome kinetic powers. Because which way's the wind blowing, guys?
The wind's blowing. It sucked it in, dude.
Don't argue with my science.
Okay, now he's a wizard.
See how that worked?
Yeah.
Now, wasn't that great?
Yes.
Wasn't that absolutely great?
That was so stupid.
I just recalled. I knew everything was going to work out.
That was so stupid.
I knew if it flew off the back, it would come back through the backdraft. And it worked exactly the way I planned it.
Everything, yes. He is the father of the universe, right?
No.
Oh.
We're all the universe, and I'm just a piece of it.
Oh, my goodness.
I'm going to...
No, I look at you as like more like a parasite.
Big wave.
Oh, big wave. Perfect. You see how scary that is? And then it just doesn't move?
Wait till you anchor from the stern and hit the gas.
Hey, Ben, you don't have no more line up front, right?
Huh?
All lines
I
out?
got 5 feet left, just in case of emergency.
All right.
And what kind of emergency would that be?
Well, since we are in a situation in 3 feet of water off Shoki, basically we could have what you call a rogue wave built out of the toilet bowl. And what could happen is that we're going to see a huge wave rolling up on us. And we're going to have to immediately either drop one anchor or the other and hopefully recover, powering into it. Toby, don't whisper. Secrets don't make friends.
Okay, go ahead. Let's make this rock. They're talking.
No, fuck them.
They get him
Tell me about the rock shit. So
Toby, I don't want to hear anything.
Right. You guys talk.
Shut up. Yeah, but seriously. So what would you do if we're out here
Oh yeah.
and a rogue wave builds? You know, like the toilet bowl. Oh look, dolphins! Yay, they're here to save us. See, that's all we need. That's all we need, Bert,
Well,
is
rock
dolphins.
bottom is kind of like a term where people down here use for reefs.
Oh yeah, that makes
like where
2
we go
sightings
fishing.
today. They've been
And
Not just
Like,
sightings, man. If we were to have an emergency situation where we'd have to cut away an anchor, they will save us.
That is one. That right there is
That's-
the rogue wave because the dolphin decided to save.
What kind of stuff do you wear right now then?
No.
Aquatic shit?
Rogue waves are more common than you think.
They might attack you,
Keeps the sun out.
but
it's cool. Works.
I doubt they're going to rescue you.
Oh my God, here he comes. He's not coming, I'm kidding.
Oh, don't get me excited like that. Just let me down.
Both.
Well,
all. Try
Could be a
everything.
rogue wave out
It'll all
here.
work out. The rock bottom's a great
Those canary
name.
palms, so expensive.
Dude, when I get back,
I knew
I'm
a guy
gonna,
who was dropping 4 into his yard,
definitely-
out the
we're gonna,
door,
like,
$2 grand piece.
Yeah, so illustrate some stuff up. Like I said, all those
Well-
ideas I was telling you.
Yeah.
Do all those.
Oh, it'd be so
We'll do all
cool.
those.
Yeah. Do anything.
We should do a camp out here.
We're going to
The
camp.
logo
but on
is
the
going to
other
be
side, not here.
a
There's
square
no trees.
grouper.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're going to go where
The
the
logo's
trees
gonna
are.
be
That's
a
what I'm
square
saying. I'll show
grouper.
you a place to camp. It's tremendous.
That's what it's going to be.
No.
Yes, it is.
Then I have to think of it.
Get it?
Toby,
I
you
get
son
it.
of a bitch. That's
Horrible humor.
He's getting. Hey, Coletti,
I don't care.
He's getting in the way of this this idea of the rock bottom.
I know he
idea.
is, and it was his own idea.
He's getting in the way of his own idea.
You know what that is?
He's trying to say.
Self-destruction.
Yep, it's called self-destructive behavior, Toby. Don't be a part of it. No, it's Ginger and Bo, the horses from Center Academy. What did they teach you? I hope Toby falls off the back.
Ride the waves. I feel like I'm in the movie Surf's Up.
No, it looks more like White Squall. Well, I don't see any rogue waves. Toby, don't fall. Toby, we got a big wave coming. Hold tight.
That's perfect.
Don't step on the beer.
Or the plunder.
What have we plundered today? We haven't really plundered anything. We need to go plunder something.
That's a waste of a day in my book.
Yeah, let's go plunder something. Oh, we plundered a tackle box.
Well, we did plunder a tackle box. But
that
it
was
an
actually
empty
Jetsam.
tackle. Jetsam?
Yeah.
The cannons don't thunder.
No, flotsam is the wreckage of the ship. Jetsam is what comes out of it.
So if anybody up in New York
the
decide to
boat.
come down to beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida, try coming by Blinds Pass Boat and Jet Ski
Or
Rental.
was that a shark?
We have everything from
It's too deep for me to tell.
8
I
jet
think that might have
skis
been
to
a shark.
choose
It was a
from
little light to be a dolphin.
to how many boats do you guys got?
10.
To 10 boats.
10
from
boats.
bow riders to deck boats and
Coming
the
up
center
with
consoles.
more boats.
So if you ever feel free for a good time, please come down to Blinds Pass Boat and Jet Ski Rental.
He's not even have a
Elmer
script and he
Fudd.
can't say it.
All right, Toby, if there was one
Wow.
one boat you could have for the rest of your life, what would it be?
What kind of boat?
One boat.
Any money.
Any money, one boat, rest of your life. Only boat
What?
you can have.
A cargo ship.
Cargo ship.
You guys
Yeah.
do an ad for
I
it.
mean, that's
Welcome
like
to
useful.
Blind Pass Boat and
Awesome.
Jet Ski Rental. I'm fucking with you, man. You should say it, Tobe.
Say what?
Say, make the ad
What ad?
for Blind Pass Boat and Jet Ski Rental.
I just did it.
If I came to the pizza restaurant, Toby, and I just ordered a couple slices, and I was like, "Oh, is this your place?"
Wait. I have it scripted already. I have it scripted for Little Italy.
This is my-
Let me tell you mine when people call
Yeah.
and I fuck with them.
Yeah.
I always say, thank you for calling Little Italy Pizza. We are the finest pizza in Tampa area since 1972. We have everything from calzones to strombolis to nice, hot, and cold Italian subs. If you'd like to place an order, please press 1. Habla español, máquina number 2.
Fatbenzo.com, 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 fatbenzo.com. Fatbenzo.com, fatbenzo.com.